to the ones they thought would stay broken. Look at you now. They said you changed. Of course you changed. What did they expect? That after the lies, the silence, the mixed signals, the disrespect, the late replies, the cold switch up, the fake promises, the way they made you question your own worth, you were supposed to stay the same? No, that version of you had to die. And that is what they can't explain to people. That is why your old ghost is out there talking. That is why your name still shows up in rooms you do not even walk into anymore. That is why people keep hearing that little line. Something's different about them. Yeah, everything is different now. Because pain did not finish you. It introduced you to yourself. See, people love the old version of you when that version is easier to manage. The softer version, the more available version, the one who kept checking in, the one who gave second chances like they were free, the one who stayed too long, the one who explained too much, the one who forgave stuff that should have ended everything, the one who bent until breaking just to keep the peace. That version made everybody comfortable, especially the one who lost you, because when you are always the understanding one, people get real casual with your heart. They start acting like your loyalty is just part of the furniture. They start assuming your love has no limit. They start believing they can disappear, come back, disrespect you, confuse you, drain you, and somehow still have access to you like nothing happened. And that is where they messed up. Because one day, something in you got tired, in a way sleep could not fix. Not fake tired, not dramatic tired. I'm talking soul tired. The kind of tired that shows up when you've poured and poured and poured into somebody who kept handing you an empty cup back. The kind of tired that hits when you finally realize you are being loved in fractions while giving people your full weight. The kind of tired that makes you sit in silence and say, hold on. So this is what I've been shrinking myself for. That moment changes people. That moment changes your eyes, your energy, your standards, your tolerance, your patience, your whole frequency. And from the outside, they call it attitude. From the inside, it is survival. They say you got cold. They say you got distant. They say you got hard to reach. They say you are not as easy anymore. Good. You were never supposed to stay easy after learning everything the hard way. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You used to answer instantly. Now you look at the phone and think, I owe nobody immediate access to my peace. You used to over-explain yourself because you were scared to be misunderstood. Now you let people misunderstand you and keep walking. You used to chase closure. Now you understand closure is not always a conversation. Sometimes closure is seeing the pattern clearly one last time and refusing to bleed there again. That is growth. Messy growth. Painful growth. Lonely growth. But still growth. And that is the part nobody talks about enough. Glow-ups are not always glamorous in real time. People see the polished version later. They see the confidence. They see the new discipline. They see the boundaries. They see the body changing, the style changing, the mindset changing, the habits changing, the way you speak changing. They see the calm. They see the presence. They see the glow. But they did not see the breakdown that built it. They did not see the nights when you stared at the ceiling replaying every word, every red flag, every moment you ignored your own intuition because you wanted the story to end differently. They did not see you fighting the urge to text somebody who only ever made you feel chosen when it was convenient. They did not see you learning how to sit with the ache, instead of running back to the thing that caused it. They did not see you rebuilding your self-respect, one brutal decision at a time. They just see the result. And now your old ghost is confused, not because you changed, because they thought they had more time with the old you. That is what really haunts people. It is not always losing you. It is realizing the version of you they had access to no longer exists. That version is gone. Gone. The one who tolerated crumbs. Gone. The one who needed validation from the same hands that created the wound. Gone. The one who thought being chosen by the wrong person meant something about their value. Gone. The one who kept trying to prove they were enough to somebody committed to misunderstanding them. Gone. You buried that version with your own hands. And let me tell you something dark, something real. The people who had the most access to your softness are usually the most shocked by your boundaries, because boundaries expose who was benefiting from your lack of them. Read that again in your soul. The moment you stop overgiving, the users call you selfish. The moment you stop chasing, the neglectful call you distant. The moment you become harder to manipulate, the careless call you changed. The moment you start protecting your energy, the people who fed off it start acting like you became the villain. That is how you know the glow-up is real. Not when everybody claps for it, when the wrong people feel uncomfortable around it, because your transformation will always offend the version of people that profited from your self-abandonment. And some of you still feel guilty for becoming sharper. Stop that. Stop apologizing for healing in a way that no longer entertains nonsense. Stop feeling bad because you do not laugh at disrespect anymore. Stop second-guessing yourself because you no longer let charm override consistency. Stop shrinking because your standards got heavy. You did not become too much. You finally stopped being too little for yourself. That is a huge difference, and your old ghost can feel it. They can hear it in the way you talk now. Less explaining, more clarity. They can see it in the way you move. Less chaos, more intention. They can sense it in the way you carry silence now. Before, your silence meant pain. Now it means power. That scares people, because noise is easy to dismiss. Power in silence, that hits different, especially when they remember how they left you. Especially when they remember the version of you that was still hoping. Especially when they remember how certain they were that you would always be around in some emotional waiting room, holding space for a comeback that was never worthy of you. That is the part that burns them. You did not just survive. You detached, you redirected, you rebuilt, you got focused. You learned how to pour into yourself with the same obsession you once wasted on people who could not hold your heart correctly. And now they are hearing about you, not because you are trying to be seen, but because real growth has a presence. You do not even have to announce it. It leaks through everything. Your face changes when your spirit stops begging. Your posture changes when your worth stops being negotiable. Your decisions change when loneliness no longer scares you into bad company. Your whole life starts shifting when you finally realize peace is more attractive than attention. That is why they keep saying, something's different. They are right. You are no longer starving for what nearly killed you. That changes a person. A lot of people talk about revenge like it has to be loud, like it has to be public, like it has to be some dramatic speech, some flex, some fake happiness posted for effect. No. The darkest revenge is internal. It is when the person who broke you can no longer reach the version of you that would have broken for them. It is when your healing becomes irreversible. It is when your discipline outgrows your desire to go back. It is when they are still telling the story of who you used to be, while you are already 10 levels ahead, mentally somewhere they cannot even follow. That is a different kind of victory, a clean one, a quiet one, a dangerous one, because the scariest person in the room is not the loudest. It is the one who learned from everything and now moves with intention. You know what losing them really gave you? Vision. Before, you were trying to force what was fading. You were trying to decode behavior that was already giving you the answer. You were trying to rescue situations that should have been allowed to collapse. Now you see energy before words. You see effort before excuses. You see patterns before promises. You see inconsistency for what it is the first time, not the 15th. That is expensive wisdom. That cost you something. It cost tears, sleep, trust, time, hope, illusions. So no, you are not crazy for protecting it. People will say, you changed. Smile, because they are finally noticing the price you paid to become somebody nobody gets to play with twice. That is not bitterness. That is discernment. That is not arrogance. That is self-respect. That is not ego. That is recovery. And let us talk about recovery for real. Recovery is ugly before it becomes beautiful. Recovery looks like not texting back, even though your chest is tight. Recovery looks like deleting the message instead of sending it. Recovery looks like crying and still keeping the boundary. Recovery looks like going to work, handling responsibilities, answering nobody about your inner war, and still deciding that your life will not end because one chapter betrayed you. Recovery looks like relearning yourself when so much of your identity got wrapped around being needed by someone who never knew how to hold you. That is warrior work. That is not soft little self-help quote stuff. That is war. Internal war. The kind where you fight the version of yourself that still wants familiarity, even when familiarity was toxic. The kind where you have to admit that missing somebody is not proof they were good for you. The kind where you have to separate chemistry from safety, attention from care, words from action, potential from reality. That battle right there, that one makes monsters out of survivors, beautiful monsters, disciplined monsters, self-respecting monsters, the kind that never again confuse almost love with destiny. And that is why your old ghost keeps talking, because people notice when somebody escapes a cycle they were supposed to stay trapped in. That is what really bothers them. Not that you are doing better. That you are doing better without needing their apology, their validation, their explanation, or their return. That is elite healing. When you stop needing the person who hurt you to help you heal from what they did. That is when the power comes back. That is when your eyes stop asking. That is when your presence gets heavier. That is when you walk into rooms and people feel a shift they cannot quite explain, because now your energy says something simple. I know what I survived. I know what it cost, and I know better than to go backwards. Do you understand how rare that is? Most people stay emotionally available to the same patterns for years. Same type, same disrespect, same excuses, same almost, same confusion packaged in a new face, but not you. You got tired of paying emotional rent in broken places. You got tired of auditioning for a role in somebody else's half-hearted story. You got tired of pretending breadcrumbs were enough. because you were scared of being alone. And once that switch flips, it does not really flip back. That is why even your peace looks different now. You do not entertain what drains you. You do not chase what is unclear. You do not force what is not mutual. You do not beg for bare minimum. You do not romanticize inconsistency. You do not make excuses for energy that feels off. You listen faster now, not to what they say, to what your spirit says when they are around. That inner tension, that small anxiety, that gut feeling, that little shift in your chest when something feels fake. You used to silence that voice. Never again. Because that voice was trying to save you long before your mind was ready to accept the truth. And now that you listen to it, your life is changing. The people around you are changing. Your habits are changing. Your standards are changing. Your circle is changing. Even your goals are changing because pain forced you to stop living for attachment and start living for alignment. That is a real glow up, not just looking better, thinking better, choosing better, leaving faster, trusting yourself deeper, needing less noise, wanting more substance, protecting your energy like it is luxury because it is. See, some people thought your kindness meant weakness. Big mistake. Your kindness was never weakness. It was just misplaced wealth. You were rich in loyalty, rich in patience, rich in forgiveness, rich in depth, and you were giving all that gold to people with cheap intentions. Now you are wiser with your generosity. Now people have to earn access. Now not everybody gets the full version of you. Now your presence is not something people can toy with and return later when life gets lonely. That is maturity. That is what happens when pain stops being a prison and starts being a teacher. And the lesson was brutal. It taught you that not everybody who says "I got you" actually has the emotional range to hold you. It taught you that some people love the benefits of your heart, but panic at the responsibility of protecting it. It taught you that some people come into your life not to build with you, but to feed off your light until they get bored. It taught you that being wanted is not the same as being valued. And once you learn that, you move different forever. That is why they say you changed, because your hunger changed. You do not crave attention like you used to. You crave peace. You do not crave being chosen by random people. You crave alignment. You do not crave chaos disguised as chemistry. You crave consistency. You do not crave almosts. You crave truth. That kind of shift makes people from your past feel strange around you, because they can tell the old tricks will not work anymore. The little disappearing acts, the half-love, the convenient affection, the "I'm just confused" performance, the "you deserve better" speech come after wasting your time, the re-entry text when they sense you are finally moving on. That stuff used to shake you. Now it disgusts you, and that is growth nobody can fake. Because when you really level up, your desires change before your life does. You stop calling chaos exciting. You stop calling inconsistency mysterious. You stop calling emotional unavailability deep. You stop calling pain passion. You start seeing clearly. And clarity is dangerous for people who benefited from your confusion. That is why your old ghost talks. They need a story that protects their ego. So they say you changed like it is some sad thing. Like your evolution is betrayal. Like your glow-up is an attack. Like your boundaries are cruelty. But let them talk. Because deep down, they know the truth. You did not glow up because life was kind to you. You glowed up because pain backed you into a corner, and you decided that if you were going to suffer, it would at least mean something. You took heartbreak and turned it into discipline, turned abandonment into self-reliance, turned rejection into redirection, turned loneliness into self-discovery, turned disrespect into standards, turned grief into fuel. That is not normal. That is powerful. That is the kind of transformation that makes people stare at you like they missed something important. And they did. They missed the moment you stopped seeing yourself through their eyes. That was the turning point. Because as long as you see yourself through the people who hurt you, you will keep begging broken mirrors to tell you that you are beautiful. Forget that. Their inability to value you was never evidence of your lack. It was evidence of their limitation. Some people are simply too emotionally undeveloped to recognize what they had in front of them. Too distracted, too selfish, too immature, too wounded, too addicted to surface-level nonsense to understand what depth actually looks like. And that is not your burden anymore. You are not here to teach people how to appreciate you. You are here to stop offering yourself where appreciation has to be begged for. That changes everything. Because once you stop begging, your aura changes. Once you stop chasing, your worth gets louder. Once you stop abandoning yourself for connection, your whole life starts rearranging around your self-respect. That is why people say your vibe is different. It is. You are no longer negotiating your soul down to fit into places that were too small for you. You are no longer entertaining emotional tourists. You are no longer available for temporary people with permanent damage. You are no longer letting your empathy be used as an entry point for manipulation. You learned, and it cost enough that you are not interested in repeating the lesson. That is why your peace looks expensive now. That is why your no hits harder now. That is why your absence feels louder now. Because your energy used to be easy to access. Now it is earned, and not everybody can afford it. That is what losing them gave you. It gave you the courage to become selective. That sounds simple until you realize how many people spend their whole lives terrified of being selective, terrified of not being liked, terrified of being called difficult, terrified of being alone, terrified of walking away, terrified of disappointing people who were never that concerned about disappointing them. But you crossed that line. Now you know being alone is not the worst thing. Betraying yourself is. That realization is a weapon. Because once you know your own company is safer than fake love, the game changes. Now desperation leaves your body. Now your standards stop shaking. Now your decisions stop sounding like panic. Now you can look at something attractive and still say no if it feels wrong. Now you can miss someone and still not go back. Now you can love and still leave. That is power, real power. Not image, not talk, not fake confidence on the internet. Inner power, the kind built in silence, the kind built when nobody is clapping, the kind built when every part of you wants relief, but you choose growth instead. That version of you is dangerous in the best way, because now when life tests you, you do not fold the same. You have receipts now, memory, pattern recognition, scar tissue, standards, self-trust, and self-trust. That is one of the most attractive things a person can carry, not because it looks good, because it protects you. You stop outsourcing your decisions to people who do not have to live with the consequences. You stop ignoring your instincts because somebody is charming. You stop trying to build futures with people who cannot even communicate in the present. You stop calling self-neglect love. That is a glow-up too. Maybe nobody posts about that part. Maybe it is not flashy. Maybe it does not always look exciting, but it saves lives. It saves years. It saves peace. It saves identity. And yes, it absolutely makes old ghosts nervous, because they can feel when somebody they once had access to has outgrown the emotional level they left them on. They can feel the distance. Not physical distance, spiritual distance, mental distance, emotional distance. The kind where they know that even if they came back with all the right words, it still would not touch the same, because your discernment is awake now. That is terrifying for people who built their confidence on always being able to come back. But you are not a recycling center for broken intentions anymore. You are not where confused people come to feel wanted. You are not where selfish people come to recharge. You are not where emotionally unavailable people come to play house when loneliness hits. That season is over. Now your energy belongs to purpose, to peace, to progress, to people who know how to show up with consistency, honesty, effort, and emotional maturity. And until that kind of energy arrives, you are good. Not pretending to be good, actually good. Because for the first time in a long time, your life is no longer built around who stayed and who left. It is built around who you became. That is a massive shift. You used to measure your worth by attachment. Now you measure your life by alignment. You used to think losing them meant losing something valuable. Now you see losing them revealed something valuable. You, your discipline, your resilience, your standards, your mind, your ability to rise, your ability to heal without becoming hollow, your ability to become sharper without becoming evil.